Most people wouldn't know what to do with these grapes. They're full of seeds, and once they're picked, they don't last very long. But 1,000 years ago, families had a solution. They turned this into Saba, a syrup that kept the sweetness of the harvest all winter long. That's what I'm going to show you today. And if you like seeing old world methods brought back to life, go ahead and hit subscribe. We're just getting started. My friend gave me these grapes. Some are green, most of them are purple. They're delicious right now, but they won't last a week. If I preserve them though, I can taste this gift from my friend months from now. That's the point of pioneering food, making the season last. And this is where the work begins. The only fancy machine I'm going to be using is a crock pot, which, let's face it, not so fancy. Just me, some grapes, and a mess. Thank God I'm using gloves. I learned my lesson after that hot sauce debacle. And if you aren't familiar with the debacle I'm talking about, make sure that you check out my video on how to make home fermented hot sauce from scratch from your garden. That's important. Make sure you do that. This is the messy part. The seeds, the skins, everything goes in. That's what gives it body and that deep earthy sweetness. What's one food or recipe that you would hate to see go to waste? The grapes simmer low and slow until every bit of juice and color releases. The smell fills the kitchen, rich, almost like the start of wine. Man, that is really like the best grape candy I've ever had. So I'm just trying some of this hot juice. We're gonna see what you think. It smells like wine grapes. I mean, that's to be expected. It's made out of wine grapes. That's like the best grape juice I've ever had. Fantastic. It's a little sour, a little tart. We're going to maybe reduce this quite a bit, so we're going to see what happens with it at that point, but I suspect that all of these flavors are just going to be even more concentrated and solidified. So we'll see in 10 to 12 hours. This is where the patience kicks in. You don't rush something that's been prepared this way for 1,000 years. All that pulp and skin went into my compost bin. That's how a pioneer would do it, putting it towards next year's harvest. The pioneers would have called that good stewardship. For hours, the juice gently cooks down to about 1/3 of its original volume. It darkens, thickens, and turns from grape juice into something between honey and balsamic. When it coats the spoon like this, that's when you know it's ready. Before sugar ever reached Europe, families kept sweetness in another way, by cooking down the grape harvest into Saba. The Romans poured it into wine, mixed it into sauces, and brushed it on roasted meats. Centuries later, Italian farm kitchens used it on bread, cheese, and porridge, the same way we would drizzle honey today. Every spoonful was a reminder of summer, sweet, tangy, and alive with memory. Just gonna take a big old scoop of that vanilla ice cream. Oh man. I mean, French vanilla ice cream. You can't beat that flavor, just to start with. It's delicious. There's a reason why there's 37 flavors of vanilla, because it's so good. And this is what patience looks like. Thick, dark syrup made from nothing but grapes and thyme. Don't forget, before sugar, there was Saba. I'll scoop that over it. We don't ever want to use the same spoon that we used on the ice cream or that we maybe put in our mouths to put back into the Saba again, because that's going to add microbes to it that you don't want, that can cause spoilage. Okay. It's a beautiful color. It's nice and kind of a deep dark purple that's bordering on a brown. It still maintains some of that vivid brightness from those beautiful grapes. And yes, I said beautiful again. I think we should keep that counter going. Because it drives me crazy when professional chefs on TV use the word beautiful to describe literally everything. They're like, oh, look at this beautiful cheese and this beautiful apple. And yes, they are beautiful because they're things that are simple and delicious.
But I feel like that word is overused, so we're going to try and come up with a new word to use every time I would feel like I should use the word beautiful. So yeah, let's see what we can find. Okay, what's a synonym for the word beautiful that would describe a type of food?
Here are some synonyms for beautiful: attractive, pretty, handsome, good looking, nice looking.
Oh yeah, look at that handsome sauce. That is handsome and delicious. That handsome cheese. Oh yeah. All right, so we're going to try this now because it's starting to melt and I'm really excited. So I've waited long enough. Oh my God. That flavor just fills your mouth, and that creaminess and the thick vanilla ice cream, that gives it that sweetness. It rounds it all out. It mellows out the acidity and just makes things even better. Like, I got to try another bite. This is so good. Yes. This is 100% worth your time. You should absolutely make this. I would almost say it wouldn't be just delicious as an ice cream topping. I would use it in instead of balsamic, in a vinaigrette. I think that would be really, really good. I think I might try that. I think this video might end up a little bit longer because we're going to throw in an additional recipe just because I'm going to try this recipe anyway and see what we can come up with. But I think we need to try it with acorn squash, like roasted acorn squash with Saba and maybe some thyme. I think that would be delicious. Oh, God. All right, stop watching me eat.
One of my favorite things to do is to always put down a towel before I put down a cutting board. This helps it keep from slipping and will definitely protect your fingers one of these days. You never know when it's going to happen either, so you just got to be careful. You really got to be careful with these things. All right, so now we've got that Saba butter glazed on some of this acorn squash with some pepitas, and we're gonna give this a try just because I'm not a big fan of the skins. I'm gonna peel that back a little bit. And tanginess with the butter, fatty deliciousness, fatty deliciousness. It is gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try. As you can see, it is still steaming. This might be a little too soon, but I can't wait. It smells nice. It's got a nice, subtle kind of honey-like aroma. I like acorn squash a lot. This is delicious. I love the butter. I love the acidity from the Saba, and I think that these pepitas, pumpkin seeds, are delicious with it. So I give this a solid 8.5. Now, originally I was going to record this before Halloween night. My goal was to put this video out the next morning. Unfortunately, me and my wife have been sick this week, and neither of us have felt like cooking anything. And now that we're feeling a little bit better, we are going to be doing a tradition in my family, which is pepperoni pizza. Yep, we got one of those pepperoni pizzas from Papa Murphy's and brought that home, and we are cooking that bad boy up. And that's why I'm just doing this by itself. Nothing special, nothing on the side, or well, nothing as a main course, so to speak, I guess. This could stand alone as a like a nice spread to put over like some toast. And then, oh, actually, let's try that. Haha. All right. So now for the final taste test. Let's get a little bit more pepitas on there. I feel like if you're gonna do this, you should do it right. Make sure there's a substantial amount of crunch. You definitely want to have that nice crunch on these, just because it is such a soft squash. Is that a fruit? Regardless, because this is such a soft vegetable, you're definitely gonna want to have a little bit more texture than just the toast provides, unless you really go hardcore on your toast and just burn it black. So I put the pepitas on there, and it would also be great with like some turkey as a sandwich, I think. Mm. 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 Hands down on toast. Freaking brilliant. It'll be great with that turkey.
It's funny. The first time I tasted this, I realized just how little it takes to make something so special. Grapes, heat, a little patience, and that's it. It's sweet, a little tangy, and somehow it feels like history in every spoonful. The syrup connects us to every family that tried to stretch the harvest a little bit longer. To me, that's what my pioneering life is all about. Making sure that we remember that self-sufficiency is still a form of love. Would you try Saba on your ice cream or on roasted squash like we did? If you have another idea, make sure that you comment below, because I would love to hear what you have in mind, because I've got a lot left and we're going to try a lot of things over the next few months. So make sure you stay tuned. This may show up in future videos with other ingredients. So hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you got something out of it, make sure that you click like and subscribe, and check out my other video about garlic confit right here. It's another skill worth passing on to the next generation.